JBN, we keep you informed. I am Michelle Jones, and in the news, soldier killed in St. Catherine crash, several hospitalized. A member of the Jamaica Defense Force this morning died as a result of injuries sustained in a two-vehicle crash along Old Derby Road in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. 6 other people who were also injured in the crash remained in hospital. The crash reportedly happened around 6 o'clock. It is reported that the soldier was driving a Toyota Corolla motor car from the direction of Spanish Town. It is further reported that on reaching the vicinity of the community of Willowdean, he collided with a taxi that was traveling in the opposite direction. A total of 7 people from both vehicles were injured. They were taken to the hospital where the soldier succumbed. The incident is being probed by the St. Catherine North Traffic Department. Alleged Dream Weekend phone thief collapses in court. One of the 3 men accused of stealing $2 million worth of cell phones during the recent Dream Weekend party event was sent for medical treatment after a collapse in the Westmoreland Parish Court yesterday. Presiding Judge Sean Walters made the order in relation to Warren Scavella when the defendant fell and appeared to cough up blood moments after the bail hearing was put off to August 16. The bail hearing, which had been originally set for August 3, was deferred a second time following the revelation that the defendant's criminal records had not been brought from Kingston. The other accused in the case are Karen Liscombre and Denver Robinson. The 3 defendants were held on later charge following a police operation on July 31, during which several items were seized. The items include 16 iPhones, 2 Samsung Galaxy phones, 2 laptops, and 36 RSIMs, which are used to unlock phones. The police also recovered $200,000 in cash and £30. The items were allegedly stolen from patrons of the Dream Weekend event, which was held in Negril between July 29 and August 1. Men held over St. Andrew robbery charged. The 2 men were challenged by a licensed farm holder during the robbery of a woman in St. Andrew last month have now been charged with assault of common law, robbery with aggravation, and illegal possession of firearm or 25-year-old Miguel Stone of Sussex Lane, Franklin Town, and a 19-year-old Paul Alexander of York Street, both in Kingston 16. The incident occurred along the intersection of Retreat and Seymour Avenues in St. Andrew on Tuesday, July 19. The Halfway Tree police report that about 11:45 a.m., a licensed farm holder saw a woman being robbed at gunpoint, reportedly by Stone and Alexander. The police said the licensed farm holder challenged the men, causing the motorcycle on which they were traveling to crash. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, both men were taken to hospital. Alexander and Stone were charged on Tuesday, August 9, after an identification parade in which they were pointed out. Their court date is being finalized. Reputed Spanish Town gang leader to be questioned in relation to several murders and shootings. Rudolph Shaw, otherwise called Boxer or Boxer, the reputed leader of the Spanish Town-based wildlife gang, is to be questioned by investigators in connection with several murders and shootings in Spanish Town, St. Catherine. Shaw, who was recently deported following his capture in Cayman, has so far been charged with the 2021 murder of 59-year-old Wilfred O'Connor, a carpenter of St. John's Road in St. Catherine. O'Connor was among 5 people shot in a twin attack on St. John's Road by a group of armed thugs on September 29 last year. Shaw since hired attorney Peter Champagny QC. Champagny confirmed that Shaw is scheduled to be questioned in connection with other murders in Spanish Town. Woman charged with attempted murder for her husband granted bail. Vanessa Johnson Lee, the businesswoman who was last week charged with attempted murder, is to return to court on October 4 after being offered bail in the sum of $400,000. Johnson was brought before the Kingston and St. Andrew Parish Court on August 5, following an order made by senior parish judge Lauren Cole Montague that the accused woman faced the court by noon that day. The order came after a habeas corpus application by her attorney, Tom Tavares Swinson, who asked that his client be released from police custody. In his application, Tavares Swinson questioned when his client would be placed before the court to answer the charges which were laid on August 1. It is alleged that Johnson Lee used her BMW motor car to hit her husband on Constant Spring Road, St. Andrew, in 2021. She also reportedly threatened to kill him. She was offered bail with at least 2 sureties. A condition of her bail is the surrender of her travel documents. She is also to report to the police once weekly and have no contact with the complainant. Police probing death of senior citizen in St. Thomas. The police in St. Thomas are probing the death of a senior citizen whose body was found inside his Yalas home on Tuesday. is 68-year-old Joubert Fisher. The body was discovered with a wound to the head. Investigators are probing if the wound was self-inflicted or done by another party. A post-mortem is scheduled for a later date. Fisher's body was found about 8 a.m. by a man who went to his house in Loudon Hill to carry out repairs. History-making former policewoman Jasmine Tomlinson Brown dies. The first female superintendent of police in Western Jamaica, Jasmine Tomlinson Brown, has died. Tomlinson Brown retired as a senior superintendent in the Police Era 1, which covers Trelawney, St. James, Westmoreland, and Hanover. She died on Tuesday following a recent surgery. An active member of the Montego Bay community, after retiring from the Jamaica Constabulary Force several years ago, Tomlinson Brown joined her husband in his business, Owen Brown Custom Brokers, where she worked until her death. The news has left the Western City in mourning, with the president of the Montego Bay Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Oral Haven, lauding her as one who played a pivotal role in the organization. You would not have known she wasn't a director of the chamber, because she was always willing to work on any committee she was asked to. Giving back was her thing. She believed in service on her city, he said. Tomlinson Brown was serving on the fundraising committee and attended meetings with the members last Monday, he added. She was a justice of the peace. Tomlinson Brown was also the rector's warden at the Holy Trinity Anglican Church where she worshipped, and was a former chairman of the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission Advisory Committee. She lives behind her husband Owen, daughter Onisha, and a son Owen Jr. Kingston Central Zozo expansion on table. Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced on Tuesday that the government would review the scope of the Zone of Special Operations Zozo currently in Parade Gardens to include the community of spoilers on the heels of an alleged firebomb attack. Holness made the disclosure while standing amid rubble between James Street and Smith Lane during a tour of several burnt-out homes. We'll take a second look at the Zozo here to see how best we can expand it given the resources that are here. You'll understand, however, that right across Jamaica there are communities in conflict which are calling for the same thing, competing for the same resources, Holness said.
The challenge is that the conflict has become so intense that people just can't enjoy peace and the freedom that peace brings, right? So we have put a security intervention and it is giving peace. The challenge is, if you move that security intervention, will the peace still exist? Zozo is not a permanent answer, right? The Zozo is there to give space for peace to emerge, for community leaders to emerge, for wardens of the peace and wardens of the environment, and people who will ensure that the children are going to school, for the community to re-emerge. That's what it is. And if we can increase the resources and expand the domain of the Zozo, we will do it. So we have to really examine it. So I agree with what you're saying, that hey, look at that community having peace and I can't have it here. It's always a difficult call. Nevertheless, the interventions that we're doing outside of security can bring peace. Yes. All right. So if we do other interventions such as this kind of urban renewal that we plan to launch in this area, it can very well change people's circumstances and how their outlook on their environment. So what we want to do is, so let's take this block, and we can work with the people who own it, if we can find them, and we'll take this entire block and we will redevelop this block so that people can have better quality of housing, and maybe that will change their outlook, change their perspective. You know, that's what we're going to do here. All right, so we're going to look at the lot here. Who knows, maybe if the owners next door are willing to participate, we could take the entire block and redevelop it.
86 new COVID-19 cases, 5 deaths reported. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 86 new COVID-19 cases on Tuesday, August 9, bringing the infection total to 147,430. 5 deaths reported, bringing the total to 3,212. The new cases comprised 53 females and 33 males, with ages ranging from 57 days to 94 years. The cases were recorded in Kingston and St. Andrew 17, St. James 14, St. Mary 11, Manchester and St. Catherine 10 each, Clarendon 9, Westmoreland 8, St. Anne and St. Thomas 3 each, and Trelawney 1. Hanover, Portland and St. Elizabeth were the only parishes to report 0 cases. The deaths include a 67-year-old male and a 76-year-old female from St. Mary, and a 59-year-old male from St. Catherine, whose deaths were previously reported on the investigation in January. A 61-year-old male and a 67-year-old female from St. Thomas have also died. There were 102 recoveries in the last 24 hours, bringing the total to 94,725. Currently, 117 people are hospitalized, 20 of whom are moderately ill, 5 severely ill, and 5 critically ill. Jamaica's positivity rate for the latest round of testing is 22.8%. In sports news, exceptional day for Jamaican track and field stars in Monaco. Jamaica's Shelly Fraser-Pryce scored to a dominant 10.62 seconds victory in the women's 100 meters at the Diamond League meet in Monaco on Wednesday. Fraser-Pryce won her 5th world title at the World Championships in Eugene, Oregon last month and has been in unbeatable form ever since. Her victory in Monaco was her 3rd sub-10.70 run within a week. Streaking to in second in overcast conditions was Jamaican teammate Sharika Jackson, the World 200 meters champion, in a personal best of 10.71 seconds. Marie-Josée Talou of Ivory Coast set an African record in 3rd, just 1/100th of a second adrift, as all 7 starters went sub-11 seconds. Meanwhile, World Championships finalist Candice McLeod finished 2nd in the women's 100 meters race. McLeod raced to a season's best, 49.87 seconds, behind the winner Shawnee Miller-Woober from the Bahamas, who clocked 49.28, with Sade Williams of Barbados 3rd in 50.10. Jamaica's other competitors in the event, Stephanie Ann McPherson, who did 50.52 seconds, and Janelle Broomfield in her fastest time of the year of 50.93 were 4th and 6th respectively. Now Toya Gould produced an excellent performance on her way to winning the women's 800 meters in a season's best. Gould, who finished 4th in the women's 800 meters at the recent Commonwealth Games, won the event in 1 minute, 56.98 seconds. In the 400 meters hurdles, Rochelle Clayton clocked a massive lifetime best on her way to winning the event. Clayton, who finished 4th in the event at the just concluded Commonwealth Games, won the race in 53.33 seconds, erasing her previous best of 53.63. She defeated her compatriot and reigning Commonwealth Games champion Jennifer Russell, who was 2nd, in a season's best of 53.52 seconds, with Joanna Woodruff of Panama 3rd in 54.13. Olympic champion Nancy Parchment had to settle for 3rd in the men's 110 meters hurdles event. Parchment, who pulled out of the Commonwealth Games final last week as a precautionary measure, got his usual slow start but still ran a season's best time of 13.08 seconds. The race was won by World Championships winner Grant Holloway of the United States in a season's best 12.99 seconds, while 2nd went to his compatriot Trey Cunningham in 13.03 seconds. JBN, we keep you informed. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment and click the notification bell to receive our daily news items.